And here we are, Hump Day, June 25th, 2025. Why aren't my headphones working? Is it because the board? Okay, there we go. Much better. I couldn't hear myself for a second. I'm like, is the mic on? Am I even doing this? I am. I was looking here before the show even started. Metallica celebrated the 100th episode of the Metallica Report podcast, which I didn't know existed until now. Why does everybody need a podcast? I mean, the guys in Metallica would have a lot of great stories. They deserve to have a podcast. I just saw something recently that Tyler, the Creator, said, talking about why does everybody need a podcast? I feel like those in the broadcasting world, those who are storytellers, should have podcasts. Everybody else, get out of here, you know? Just some random like girl with a microphone. Stop it. Looking at you, Hawk Tua. But I guess on the 100th episode, the guys in Metallica were asked, what is the best song of all time? Kirk Hammett, he was like, well, this classical piece, Blue Danube by Johann Strauss. I don't even know if that's how you even say it. Blue Danube. Blue Danube. He says, every time I hear it, it just pulls at my heartstrings. I don't know why, but it's just a beautiful piece of music. And Kirk was the only guy who chose one song. He's the only guy in the band that followed the question correctly. This is why I would never ask something. If I asked something like this for To Peach Their Own, I would get anything by my favorite artist here. James Hetfield said anything by Black Sabbath. But then he did say while he's driving, he does like to blast Ace of Spades from Motorhead. He then considered what would be the best written song. He thinks Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven is just one of those songs, and so many bands have tried to emulate. You start off light, end up heavy. Leonard Skinner's Freebird as well, is what he said. Lars Ulrich was just like, well, Deep Purple's Child of Time. But then he goes on to say, like, anything by Oasis. Which, I mean, okay. To peach their own, I guess. If you want to get a hold of me, you can over at 208-535-1015. Maybe I should ask this question for To Peach Their Own. See how many people will say something like, anything by, insert my favorite artist here. I'm trying my best to solve this mystery as to how my number, my personal cell phone number, got tied to this person named Janet Martinez. It happens every so often, and when it happens in droves. I get call after call after call from, well, you know how scam callers like to try to call you with a familiar area code, so you think it's just some random number calling you, and you pick it up, and you hear that bloop, and then it transfers to somebody, and then they go, hey, I'm looking for, in this case, Janet Martinez, and then I go, do I sound like a Janet to you? And then they pause and go, we're sorry, sir. I think we have the wrong phone number. And I keep telling them to stop calling me. And they continue to do so. And it's a new number. It's the same people, I think. But I don't know how this phone number got tied to somebody named Janet Martinez, because I've had this phone number now for, let's see here. It's 2025. I've had this exact phone number since middle school, 6th grade. How many years ago was that? I don't want to do math right now. Let's see. I graduated high school in 2014. Graduated from or promoted from middle school to high school in 2010. 2007. I've had this number now for that long. 2007 to now. Was there somebody named Janet that had my number before that? I highly doubt it. And why would they be calling me now this many years later, 18 years later, to then, ask for Janet Martinez? And then what's funny is sometimes if I'm in like a playful mood, I'll put on my best girly voice, which is awful, right? It's like, hi, I'm Janet. And then they sometimes fall for it. If I can somehow get them to call me during the middle of this show, I'll make sure to put the phone up to the microphone. And we'll see how long they last on the phone with me. Or should I say, Janet. We are in the middle of the 101 deadliest days of summer. People like to drive crazily because, the weather's warm. There's no snow on the ground. People bring out their specialty cars and they go crazy. They drive fast. You got to obey the laws. You got to drive extra cautiously during this time. I was just looking at this East Idaho News article. 4 people were arrested last night after rangers caught a group of just luxury sports cars drag racing through Grand Teton National Park. Yeah, a 2-lane route heavily traveled by visitors, park staff, and wildlife. These guys were just like, you know what? Let's see how fast we can go. 12 law enforcement rangers responded, conducted traffic stops at several locations throughout the park. 4 people were taken into custody. 2 vehicles were impounded. So, yeah, got to be safe out there. Brent Gordon Law and K-Bear 101 cares that you have a great and safe summer. If you want to learn more about this article, by the way, go to eastidahonews.com. Yesterday, when I was at Tag and Go Car Wash at 725 West Broadway in Idaho Falls, which, by the way, all the Tag and Go Car Wash locations doing free car washes this entire week. So if you're like me and you have that bird poop on your car or those dead bugs all over the front, you might as well go get it washed for free. They also give out those handy-dandy dash wipes, those air fresheners as well if you're in need of one of those. I myself have one of those very fancy those air freshener clips from Bath & Body Works right there on the... what's that thing called that, if you're in the passenger seat, you can pull down, look into that mirror, do your makeup if you want to. Forget it. But anyway, Tag and Go Car Wash. I was there yesterday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Got slightly sunburnt. Even though I brought the sunscreen with me, my neck, bright red. I noticed it last night, but I'll just put on some after sun gel, and that's about it, really. But I did get a few signups for the Metallica Load of Load giveaway that we are currently doing. If you want to sign up for that, if you haven't done so already, make sure to do so. Go to the K-Bear app or the Alt app or the Cannonball 101 app. Click on Load of Load right there on the menu. We're giving away a remastered edition of their album Load on vinyl, cassette, and CD. The CD has the original album remastered as well as 2 discs of unreleased material. That is the grand prize package. And on the air, we're giving away digital download codes for the album as well, which also gets you into that drawing too. So if you want to sign up through the apps and then also listen out for that cue to call to win Metallica's Load of Load with K-Bear 101. Tonight is the 2025 NBA Draft, which will be broadcast on ABC and ESPN. The projected number 1 pick, which will go to the Dallas Mavericks, is Cooper Flagg, who recently appeared at Fanatics Fest in New York City. But instead of showing off his skills on the court, Flagg was browsing sports cards, ended up dropping around $20,000 on a rare one-of-one card of himself. The purchase didn't seem to be a financial investment for him, as he ended up giving the card to a, quote, very close family friend just in time for his selection in the draft and the start to his pro career. Earlier this month, Aaron Rodgers signed a 1-year contract with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and during a recent appearance on the Pat McAfee show, Rodgers said he's pretty sure this will be his final NFL season. That's why we did. It says Rodgers here said that's why we just did a 1-year deal. Steelers didn't need to put any extra years on that or anything. This was really about finishing with a lot of love and fun and peace for the career that I've had. We'll see. Check back at the end of the season to learn if Rodgers is really truly at peace and really truly retires. I feel like he should. He's in his 40s, and when you're in your 40s in the sporting world, especially football, you're ancient. Caitlin Clark has been a boost for the WNBA as a league, but did you know that she's putting money into the pockets of every player? Since she joined the Indiana Fever last year, merchandise sales have increased over 1,000%. Only NBA star Stephen Curry sells more basketball jerseys than Clark, which has been great for all WNBA players because the Players Association gets a 50% cut of all jersey sales league-wide. The union then distributes that money evenly across its members. I feel like years down the line, we'll get a documentary about why Caitlin Clark was so beyond hated in the very beginning. And she's still getting hated. There was that flagrant foul on her. She's just doing her job. She's kicking butt, and I'm rooting her on. That does it for the Shot Clock Sports Update right here on K-Bear 101. I should have mentioned it on the show yesterday that I briefly lost power, and by briefly, I mean for maybe a couple of seconds at my place yesterday morning, and I was in the shower, out of all places, when all the lights turned off, the water was still running, and then it came right back on. And I was just freaked out because I'm like, wait a second. Is there like a ghost in here that just shut off the power, shut off the Wi-Fi, shut off everything? And I stood there looking around like all tense Just freaking out internally for a second. No, just a power outage. Most likely due to the weather, I would assume. Maybe it's just like what this woman experienced in Ohio. She lost internet due to, let's say she lost internet, and then she called Spectrum, and they're like, yeah, well, we'll go in, we'll look into it. Turns out there was several shotgun blasts to a cable line. Kathy, her last name's horrible. Seeman. I don't even know if I can even say that word on the air without getting a JPA, a Jade Pucker alert. Kathy of Middleton Township, Ohio, said she had lost her internet and cable service for more than a week after experiencing repeated outages on June 15th. Couldn't get the TV to start. The app said they were in an outage. They unplugged, rebooted. It would come up, go down, come up, go down. Finally found out, yep, there was several shotgun blasts. A line of cable going through a heavily wooded area was recently impacted by several shotgun blasts. The team responded quickly by placing a temporary cable where they could until a full replacement could be requested and installed. Now, I thought it was just some idiot that just shot the cable, thinking it was like some snake or something. Most likely, if it was a heavily wooded area and there was maybe like a deer just in that perfect spot, that elk in that perfect spot to where the elk ran away right before they could shoot the shotgun and then affected this lady's internet. Pretty funny stuff there. A week from today, my friends will be coming up from California. They'll be taking the most, I would say, random flight/drive here possible. I've talked about it on the show a couple of times, but if you're just now tuning in or if you're a new listener, my two friends from Southern California, they're flying with Frontier from LAX, which is the worst possible airport to go to in Southern California. I use John Wayne. It's in Santa Ana. It's perfect, right by my parents' place. I can just meet them there. They pick me up, take me, and I just enjoy vacation from there every single time I go home. But my friends, they're going not only to LAX, but they're getting there at like 4:30 in the morning. They have to get there at 4:30 because the flight leaves at 6. And, we're very lucky to have the Idaho Falls Regional Airport. TSA is like 5 minutes. There's nobody. It's not even 5 minutes. It's more so like a minute. LAX, what is that the busiest airport, or is JFK the busiest? LAX has to be one of the busiest airports out there. So then they have to go through TSA, wait for their flight, fly from LAX to Denver because they have to have this hour and 45-minute layover in Denver. And then they go from Denver to Salt Lake City. Salt Lake City, they go on to the Salt Lake Express. And they ride that bus till they get to Pocatello. And then I, myself, become their personal little Pocatello Express and take them to Idaho Falls. But we'll be spending some time in Pokey. If you're going to be out and about, look for me. I'm sure we'll possibly go to some restaurants and then check out the bars here and there, really show them Pocatello, because I don't think they saw Pocatello the last time they were here 4 years ago. But yeah, they'll be getting here July 2nd, staying with me till July 7th. And then they're taking that very easy flight, which they should have taken on the way here with Allegiant, flying from Santa Ana to Idaho Falls, rather than this whole... I mean, if you really want to see the Denver airport, that's the way to go. I mean, I for one, now I'm very happy that Idaho Falls Regional is now doing nonstop flights to and from Denver. So that means I can... go see that crazy airport, the giant conspiracy theories behind the Denver airport, like the giant horse statue and the weird murals on the wall and all that stuff. If you haven't dug deep into that, that's a fun thing to really just go full head on into it. I think the last podcast on the left did a series about that. But then also another perk of going to Denver is that there's tons of tours that make their way to Denver, Colorado, that now are easily accessible if you want to just do a weekend trip. Like if it somehow falls on like a Saturday or Sunday, take that flight, go to Denver, go see the show, book the hotel for the weekend, fly back. That'd be nice, right? Go see. Isn't Metallica coming to Denver sometime soon? I know Ghost is going on their tour in less than a month. If you want to go to a closer concert, just check out our concert calendar at riverbendmediagroup.com/calendar. You have to be careful on what you put out there online. Now, even on video game chats, I remember when Call of Duty back in my day, we were able to just talk insane stuff to one another, say insane stuff to one another. Now I see this thing on Call of Duty where it's like, hey, being nice is key. If you get reported for being a toxic gamer, you can be banned. And it's like, these kids are sensitive nowadays, Well, for some reason, this came from r/nottheonion. Texas man caught plotting terror attack through Roblox chats. Yeah, and there's screenshots of the actual game, of this guy's Lego-looking character. Now, I've barely played Roblox. I know that's a game for more so kids, right? I think a couple years back, my friend Austin and I, we used to play Roblox Dodgeball, and it was the dumbest thing ever because the graphics sucked, the movement sucked, it was all clunky and everything, but it was just a funny time, and you could edit your character and such. But I know kids, they're really, really into it, and this guy was like, I can't confirm anything aloud at the moment, but things are in motion. Well, they tracked him down, all that fun stuff. What an idiot. Genius of the Day material, which, by the way, I don't know if Victor does that segment all that often anymore. I'll have to ask him, because I haven't been hearing the Metal Morning Wake-Up Call all that often. Is he just doing the show at random now? Maybe I should take over Genius of the Day, if I can find it. It feels like I've been finding a new Genius of the Day story every day for like the past week. Got to be careful with what you say online. Scrolling around online, I kept seeing these different stories about Jeff Bezos and his soon-to-be wife, Lauren Sanchez. Supposedly, they're throwing themselves a $20 million wedding in Venice, Italy this week. A-listers like Orlando Bloom, Kim Kardashian, Mick Jagger, Leonardo DiCaprio are rumored to be jetting in. Imagine being like Jeff Bezos' like old college roommate, and you're invited to the wedding. And you show up and you're sitting next to somebody like Leonardo DiCaprio, Kim Kardashian. Yachts are lined up. 5 hotels are completely sold out for this wedding. And despite the boost to the economy, locals would just as soon not have it. A group called No Space for Bezos has been putting up posters, holding protests. And yesterday morning, another group called Everybody Hates Elon unfurled a huge banner saying, if you can rent Venice for your wedding, you can pay more tax. And they've had a little bit of success prompting Bezos to move Saturday's main event from the, okay, how do I say this? I'm sorry to all Italians everywhere. Scuola Grande della Misericordia to the Arsenale, which is farther from the city center. Bezos and Sanchez are also trying to save some face by urging their 200 guests to donate to the city instead of giving them gifts. But No Space for Bezos has something up its sleeve for Saturday, calling on people to participate in the protest march. I thought for some reason, right as I read, like they have something up their sleeve, they're going to show up to the wedding, throw tomatoes at the both of them, watch their wedding get ruined. I mean, I can't imagine a protest is going to change anything, to be quite honest with you. Going outside with a little sign, it's not going to change much. I don't think Jeff will go, okay, like they're spending $20 million on this big celebration of him and Lauren getting together. You're not going to be, there's most likely going to be tons of security at this event too. So every year for the Idaho Falls Community Hospital Riverfest presented by Tag and Go Car Wash, Idaho Central Credit Union, and Riverbend Media Group, every year I always see these people talking about the major event online, saying they want to go, but at the same time they don't want to deal with the parking, all that crazy stuff. Well, the parking's organized, and you can simply go to freedomcelebration.com. And then right there at the top, click on event map and parking. It'll show you exactly where you can park. You can park by the Mountain America Center. There's RV parking, tons of it. And also, certain roads are closed for easy exiting out of the whole thing. And it's going to be a whole lot of fun. Again, I'm very excited for my friends not only to see me here in Idaho once more, but also I'm excited for them to witness the greatness that is the Metallica Freedom Celebration at Snake River Landing in Idaho Falls. all day. There's an all day celebration. You got the Stones Kia Kids Zone. All day passes, still only $10. There's also the Rev Motorsports. You can test drive a Can-Am right there. That whole thing, make sure to bring plenty of water. Stay hydrated. Wear your sunscreen if you like me and easily burn. But yeah, there's a in-depth analysis, in-depth breakdown of the whole parking situation at this year's Idaho Falls Community Hospital Riverfest, presented by Idaho Central Credit Union, Tag and Go Car Wash, and Riverbend Media Group. Go to freedomcelebration.com. The Maddie Kid has decided to join Peach's Pit Party, only for a little while.
Hello.
You got a job to do over there. I know Star will probably get mad.
Nah, it's fine.
You came to this side, the best side.
Hey, this is where all the cool kids hang out, and I'm happy to be here.
I would say this is the dark side, but somebody keeps turning the lights on in the hallway. I think it might be Jade.
Really?
He has some company in the server room. So.
Oh, he's got to look all not emo.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
He's got to make sure that we're not just in the dark all the time.
It's not a phase, Mom. It's my true self.
Right. Well, I wanted to ask you this because you're the one born in 2006. People born before. Oh, wait. So here we go. You ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready. Lay it on me.
This is for people though born before 2000, and I want to see if this is still relevant for somebody like you.
Okay.
It says, what trivial skill you possess that others don't use anymore? Can you type 60 words per minute?
If you put me on a game of Nitro Type, we'll find out.
Okay.
My guess is
Nitro Type.
Have you never played Nitro Type?
Was that part of the keyboarding class back in the day?
Yes and no. It was more of like a reward, but if you type super fast and you play as like this little car, and the faster you type, the faster the car goes, and whoever types the fastest wins.
Oh, interesting. Is that still around?
Maybe. I was a Nitro Type legend. I had like the legendary car. I was in the trenches.
It does say it's still available.
Heck yes.
I love how it's rated 41% from Kids Type.
Maybe you and I could go head to head in a game of Nitro Type.
Sure. Yeah. Can you text on a T9 keypad?
Yeah, but it takes me a while.
You know what that is?
Isn't that one where you have to press it multiple times?
Yeah, that's why there's acronyms like LOL.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I can. Does it take me 2 to 3 business days to send a message? Absolutely.
Can you write in cursive?
Barely.
Did you have to learn it in school?
Yep, 3rd grade.
Do you think it's worth it now?
I think so. I think a lot of people need the motor skills.
Are you saying that because Josh got trashed by some listener over on Classy?
Bathroom stall number 4. Who's to say? I think cursive is good for motor function, and also, dude, if you're going to sign your name, at least do it in cursive and not like in kind of like a print so people don't copy it. Also, it's good to read. Like if your grandma sends you a letter in the mail, you probably want to know how to read that. So.
Both my grandmas are dead, so they send me a letter. It's quite shocking.
I'm sorry about that.
What else is there here? I know the secret to recording over VHS tapes that weren't meant for. Did you ever have to do something like that?
No, I stood by and watched. My brother was the VHS tape operator because we used to share a room when we were little, and we had a bunk bed, and mine was on the bottom, his was on the top bunk. And every time a movie would end, I had zero clue on how to operate that old ancient fossil. So he would have to go in and do the thing. I still don't know how, but I'm sure he does.
Do you have phone numbers memorized too?
I do.
Okay. That I'm just going down this list here of things that people my age are doing.
Ooh, youngins.
Did you ever play with a Tamagotchi? I didn't because I just never had one.
Dude, I have one in my car right now.
You really do?
Swear.
Is the pet still alive?
No comment.
It says keeping a Tamagotchi alive for more than 3 days.
No comment.
Can you read a map? I feel like you could. You're more skillful than me at most things.
You know, that's born raised in Idaho. True Idaho.
You know how to fix things with your car, all that stuff.
You know, I call it baptism by fire. When you are stuck on the side of the road and your 2001 Subaru Outback just dumped all its oil, you have no choice but to pick yourself up by your little bootstraps and deal with it. Fix it.
Can we do a fun series called Maddie Teaches Peaches How to Change a Tire?
Yeah.
So that way we could get that on social media.
Each episode is us changing one tire.
One tire, and there's also different things I need to learn too as well. So you can just teach me that.
Of course, we can go over it together. Start with my old Subaru.
Okay. Yeah, you're the one every winter that invites me out to go drifting in that Subaru.
Spin some cookies.
Spin some cookies, or I call them donuts back where I came from.
You have a passenger seat with your name on it.
All right, I'll be the passenger Princess Peach. The Forever Paws Animal Shelter in Fall River, Rhode Island, received a 20-year-old parrot named Hendrix, which I didn't expect birds to live all that long. This bird, Hendrix, that was surrendered by its owner. Hendrix came to the facility in pretty bad shape and malnourished because his owner wasn't feeding him a proper diet for a parrot. Since arriving at the shelter and getting the necessary care, he has made a swift recovery, thankfully, and is now ready to be adopted into a forever home. There's just one thing potential adopters need to know. Hendrix speaks a lot and has an extremely vulgar vocabulary. A post on the shelter's social media warns if you adopt Hendrix, you're basically adopting Samuel L. Jackson, which is awesome. Chantel Rogers, a staffer at Forever Paws, said sometimes when you give him something, he'll say thank you. If you call him a pretty bird, he'll say thank you. He'll say good morning, baby. That's as far as the nice goes. The rest of it is cussing, other horrible things. She said, I can't repeat any of that stuff on camera. Needless to say, adoption applications have been pouring in. I mean, I would too, Get that vulgar parrot in my place. Somebody breaks in, they just hear this high-pitched voice cussing up a storm. Like, what? Who is that? It's a bird. How long do parrots live? I'm going to look that up. How long do parrots live? 40 to 60 years? Really? That long? All right. I guess I'll have to get a parrot and then pass it on to my grandkids, or pass it on to my kids, and then maybe grandkids. Who knows? So we've talked about this plenty of times. Boomers falling for AI-generated people, AI-generated videos. And there's been a lot of these AI-generated, completely fake women on Facebook, and you'll go to the comment sections, and there will always be old dudes going, oh, you're so beautiful. Can I add you? Saying some nastier things that I can't repeat on the air. Well, the latest guy to be fooled by AI, none other than Vince Neil of Motley Crue, publicly just hit on this AI-generated woman. The account in question, clearly fake, containing a multitude of AI-generated images with the user posing as a 23-year-old Florida resident. And how old is Vince Neil? Too old to be hitting on somebody who's 23. This is the second time in recent months that Neil was caught by fans commenting on posts featuring a scantily dressed woman. Shortly after it was announced that Neil and his longtime girlfriend, Rain Hannah, have split after nearly 15 years together, Neil replied to a post of a woman offering risque photos via direct message. Fans in the comment section were shocked but not surprised by Neil's public lust over the woman. Yeah. Well, turns out, that one lady, completely fake. It's so much fun watching boomers fall for AI. I'm sorry, not to pick on old people, but I again, 30 years down the line when I'm 58, about to be 59, I'm sure I'll be falling for things that are way beyond advanced compared to now. K-Bear 101 about to wrap up here, but I was looking at this national holiday we're celebrating, and I saw people posting about it, but I'm not sure exactly why it's called Leon. National Leon Day. No, it's not a day to recognize people named Leon, even though I know one person named Leon, and he's really cool. Shout out to him. He knows who he is. But Leon Day actually just recognizes June 25th as being 6 months away from Christmas Day, which means winter, 6 months away. Leon is Noel spelled backwards. Okay, so I learned something new. Never heard about this day till now. I just called it 6 months to Christmas, if I even paid attention. Usually I start paying attention to Christmas right around late September, early October. I guess if you want to do something for the Christmas season, you can start celebrating now. If you're one of those freaks about Christmas, hang lights in your tree, decorate them with flip-flops, floaties, seashells, cocktail umbrellas, hang a seashell wreath on the door, make Christmas-colored cocktails. Ooh. This seems like something some like 40-year-old person would be like, really into. Like some 40-year-old mom's like, oh, let's make strawberry and traditional lime margaritas to resemble Christmas because it's 6 months away. Yay! Right at the start of the show, I talked about that question that Metallica got asked. What is the greatest song of all time? Only one person gave a correct response. I'm not judging their answers. I'm just saying the correct format. Like, you can't just say anything by my favorite artist here. Greatest song of all time. One particular choice. The greatest song of all time. Now, this can be anything. It could be the most popular song that you know that you love. It could be your personal favorite that you think it should be everybody's greatest song of all time. That type of thing. Like I was looking here, James Hetfield said, anything by Black Sabbath. Lars was the only one that said, hey, Deep Purple's Child of Time. Boom. One song. James not only said anything by Black Sabbath, but he also said, well, if I'm driving, it's Ace of Spades by Motorhead, but if I want the best written song, I got Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven. If I want one where it starts off light, ends up heavy, Leonard Skinner's Freebird. No, Kirk Hammett, I think, was so Lars, I guess Lars said anything by Oasis and then said Deep Purple's Child of Time. Kirk was the only one that gave the proper response, but he gave out some classical piece, Blue Danube or something like that by Johann Strauss. What is the greatest song of all time? We'll see how many people on the Facebook group, because I just posted the question not that long ago. We'll say anything by and see who can answer it properly here at 208-535-1015. Hey, K-Bear, what's happening?
Doing good. Just calling in to answer your question of the day.
Yeah, what would you consider is the greatest song of all time?
I Was Alive by Beartooth.
All right. Why do you say that?
Well, it's a song basically about just like living life to the fullest. And the song is actually about his grandpa when he was on his deathbed, and he's like happy since he had lived a full entire life and done a lot of different things, and that all really speaks to me personally because I've had a brain surgery before. And I actually played that song a couple times during that one specific point in my life, and it definitely helps me get through that.
See, don't you love that special meaning behind songs for you? It's just like a lot of people were giving Caleb and the rest of the band grief for that album, but I personally enjoyed it. I enjoyed I Was Alive, Riptide, and all those other tracks off of it. So I'm glad to hear that, man. Thank you so much for that answer.
Thank you.
Hey, K-Bear, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Doing great. What would you say is the greatest song of all time?
Oh, well, it's got to be Jack Black, right?
Jack Black, I Feel Alive?
The greatest song in the world.
The greatest
Tribute.
song in the world.
I mean, it's right there. Come on.
It's right there, tribute,
There you go.
K-Bear, what is happening?
Hey, all your radio stations are cutting out, man.
Oh, well, appreciate that. I'm sure they're working on something. I don't think Jade is in his office, and so they're probably doing something over there that's beyond my intelligence.
Okay, I just wanted to let you know, Cannonball's doing it and K-Bear's doing it. So.
All right, man. Well, appreciate that. Thank you so much.
All right, no problem.
K-Bear, how's it going?
Hey, Peaches, I'm just doing a quick radio check.
Oh, don't you love it when stations go out during the middle of my call-in feature, and then I wonder why there's no callers?
Yeah, it's like it's coming in and out, being crackled up. I was wondering if you knew anything about it, or if they're working on it, or what.
Jade and the IT guy are doing something to the signal, from what it seems like. I don't think Jade is in his office right now, so hopefully that gets fixed soon. It always happens during my show. Funny enough, so I wonder if it's personal. I wonder if Jay doesn't like me.
I just checked in because I take my antenna off when I wash the truck, you know. So I thought maybe I didn't put it on tight enough or something, and you know. So yeah, go ahead. What's going on? What's going on with you? I'll see if I got a quick answer for you.
Oh, my to each their own question is, what would you say is the greatest song of all time?
Greatest song of all time. I used to think it was probably Freebird. It was considered that back when I was a kid, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that's a fantastic song still. I know the guitar solo of that track is still trending on TikTok for different viral videos and such, and it's one of the best guitar solos, one of the best songs overall. I mean, no, you don't yell anything else at concerts besides play Freebird to artists.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to Peach's Pit Party, the podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Peach's Pit Party is hosted by me, Peaches, a.k.a. Brendan Peach, and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com. Until next time, Peach out.